Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, probably a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at Prize Picks, the only DFS platform where you can stack one player's plays. I will share mine for Brewers Cubs Game 3 later on in the show. Can't wait for that, and can't wait for this episode, as always, where I get to convene with my good pal, Rohan Katti. I am Ty Windisch. And Rohan, I'll tell you what, I was less excited about this episode than I was when I went to sleep last night because I thought this is great. We have an hour-ish to go through the 20 players who played in the Bucks preseason opener, a fun win versus Miami, and we will still talk about that. I will still share my nuclear grade take. It's only 60% a bit, 75% a bit, but we have something else to talk about, Rohan. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. How's it going?
Speaking of the Brewers, I'm going to quote the great Snell season on this.
Mm.
The Lion does not concern himself with new Giannis New York reports. The Lion rides the high of the Brewers game last night instead.
I would recommend everyone to do that. Unfortunately, we are the sheep, I guess, in this case, or at least I am. Maybe you'll just, you know what? I'm the Lion. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just sit here and talk about it for
No,
15
we're going to
minutes and
talk
we'll
about
move
it. We're
on.
going to talk about it. This
But
is a Bucks podcast.
Shams, this is weird. It says this dropped at 11 a.m. Did he write this from the middle of the ocean on ESPN? That's interesting.
It's not 11 a.m. yet.
It's not. I mean, I was gonna say not anywhere. It is somewhere, but in an odd place for it to be exactly. Whatever. This dropped at, I think, 6 a.m. was when the notification was sent out. Ish. I saw it right when I woke up. The title of the story is "Why Giannis Antetokounmpo's future of Milwaukee is far from settled," and this may seem like more of the kind of vague jargon that we've been critical of, Shams in particular, in the past. It's not. This is very specific reporting detailing that Giannis was not totally pleased with the Bucks offseason moves, that the Bucks and Horst, as has been reported in the past, basically did their summer and went to Giannis and said, here's what we got. And this time Giannis and one of his agents in Greece were like, don't love it. Kind of want to go to the Knicks in particular. That's the one team, the only team apparently per this that he's really interested in going to. And the Bucks and the Knicks then actually did have some conversation. So this is a multifaceted report. One is Giannis has multiple agents. I don't really understand how it works. I don't really care. But his Octagon agent, the one that is more prominent, was kind of like running point on like canvassing the league, which I don't really. It doesn't seem like he did a great job if the only option that came out of this was the Knicks, quite frankly, because I'm sure there were other teams who could also be very competitive and give a lot more, but it works for us, so thanks. And then the Bucks and the Knicks, so that was one part. And then the Bucks and the Knicks, over multiple weeks, a multi-week process, kind of went back and forth and like, I don't want to say discussed a trade because it seemed like it never got far per the article. Both sides were like, yeah, we don't think the other side was all that serious in wanting to do this right now. And we'll get into why that probably is for the Knicks in particular. But even if I don't think, in here it's like, oh, it was almost the Knicks. It doesn't sound like it was that close. That said, though, this is a significant development. We've never heard Giannis, he obviously didn't say it himself here, right? But we've never heard Giannis express interest in one other specific team, just the amorphous idea of like wanting to win sooner. And I think the Knicks of it all is more than just wanting to win. I think maybe he has some other things that are prioritized for him right now also.
I'll get to that. Let's put a pin in that for a second.
Okay.
First off, you're right. This is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
Ever. Point blank, this is the worst it's ever been. It's never gotten that, like you said, it's not far, but this is the furthest it's ever gotten. And that's very scary. It's frankly very, very, very scary. For whatever we've heard up until this point where we're talking about, Giannis and the Bucks, they had conversations about this team and all that. From, I guess we were looking at it through John Horst colored glasses because that's all we were able to get. And they did not seem like they were on the same page. Horst seems like this is a team that, from this article, Horst feels like this is a team that can compete. Giannis has some questions about that.
Yeah.
And it's probably the biggest rift. It is the biggest rift the Bucks have ever had with the
At this
best
point
Buck
in
of
a
all time.
year, at this point in the year, I think it seems like right at like obviously as Giannis pointed out, they've lost in the first round what 4 of the last 6 years, and I think at many of those points, at that point, like right coming off of it, he was like, "Yeah, I don't love this." It seems like this is the first time that the Bucks addressed his concerns, and he wasn't swayed. To be clear,
Yes, yes. Previously in the past, John Horst was able to, work his magic and retool the roster and reinvent the roster enough to get Giannis to, be on board with it. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm excited. I like this roster. I think I'm confident going forward." That didn't happen. Point blank, that did not happen this time. He is clearly not. I'm taking this article at full face. Like I'm not doubting it.
I hate to say it, I think we have to apologize to Shams at least
I think we do
partially.
too.
I will
I
say,
don't
like,
like it.
just report this earlier.
Yeah, like don't get. Here's the thing: I'm not going to fully apologize
Yeah,
because I will accept this, but you were still given vague, random
it's like the
things that
Bobby
didn't
Marks
mean anything.
thing. Remember the Bobby Marks thing? Like, trust me, it's not this exception. Why don't you just tell us then what you know is happening? Isn't that the job of reporting? To report?
It is, yes. So you know what? I don't think we do owe him an
At least
apology.
mild. At least mild. I mean, clearly
A
he knew what
small
was going on.
apology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I agree
We'll
with
give
you.
you this one, Shams.
There's no way, and I think the general reaction I've seen is actually more burying head in sand from Bucks people than like dooming, which is probably, I mean, good for us, right? I don't want to deal with panic for the next however many months, but there's no way he's just like wrong about the stuff he's reporting here. The difference is
No,
what we
there's
took
no way.
exception with was like, oh yeah, he's mulling, which is like so amorphous and like that doesn't mean anything. Like the Bucks and the Knicks talked. Octagon ran point on like fielding trade stuff. Like Giannis expressing to Horace that he doesn't think the roster's good enough. Shams would not make that stuff up. I
No,
don't think so. Maybe
I hope.
he gets stuff wrong, but I don't think he's not making stuff up, and I don't think he would get things. I don't think he'd get that stuff wrong. He gets like he says 70 million when it's 63 million, stuff like that. Like I don't think this stuff would be wrong.
No, I don't think so either. It's, I guess, I, I said I'd put a pin in this. Let's talk about the Knicks of it all.
Yeah, fascinating
I
team.
honestly,
Fascinating team to pick.
very, very fascinating team to pick. One, I'll say this from a Bucks fan perspective first. I'm actually really glad it's the Knicks
Yeah, it's probably the
because
best single team he could have picked because they can't really do it.
he can't do it.
Which is like
That's the thing, right?
not to like
They can't actually do it.
not to go full like unsub criminal minds like get inside Giannis's head, which I think is a fruitless exercise for anyone to do, especially me. But like, is he picking a team they can't do? Like, is this part of the leverage play? How real is this? I mean, there were trade talks, so it's pretty real, but like, it just doesn't. There's no trade that makes sense with those two teams and nothing else. So the Knicks have traded almost all of their draft capital, most prominently in the Mikal Bridges trade. They also just extended Mikal Bridges, which maybe, I haven't looked at the timeline. Maybe the Bridges extension was after the trade talks fizzled out. It could have been. Do you think it was at a kind of random point in the summer? They extended him in August per this. When did this? This also was in August. So maybe the Mikal Bridges extension was after and he would have been in it. Although I think what's the only way this works in like the next year and a half, we'll say, with the Knicks, is if it's a 3-team trade where they send somebody out for like picks and stuff, one of their other core pieces. Because right now the trade would be like Towns or OG or, I mean, pick any of their guys, I guess. They can't be Bridges. He's not trade eligible. And like 1 first and 8 seconds for Giannis. And it just doesn't make sense for the Bucks to do that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. If you ever are making the Giannis trade, you need all the picks.
Yeah, or like, if it's a lower pick thing, you need like a cornerstone guy going forward. Towns is 1 year younger than Giannis. And also, maybe it's not Towns. I don't know why I'm fixated. But like, okay, now your
Well, because
roster is.
they have a year 1 million difference in salary.
But, and so if it's him, now your roster is 29-year-old Towns, 29 or 30-year-old Myles Turner, 30-year-old Bobby. So you just have 3 guys who can't play together who are your most expensive players on pretty big deals, like it's awful. So the Bucks would just be cooked. So it would need to be a really involved transaction.
It would be, and which is why I think it never got past the stage of each team was confident that the other was actually making a full effort towards trade talks.
Yeah,
Because if we can see it within the first 2 minutes of looking at this,
right.
obviously they know that too.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that the Knicks were like, well, we'll shop McHale, like we'll send McHale to the Spurs who really need shooting and perimeter play, and we'll get some picks, and we'll send those picks and whoever back, Carter Bryant back to you. And I don't know if the Spurs would do that. I mean, they're kind of slow playing things, I feel, but clearly never. I mean, here's the thing, here's the rub, and let's not get too
Can I
far.
say one more thing about the Knicks though?
Yes, yeah, I want to get back to the Knicks. I'm not done with the Knicks, but go ahead.
Yeah, one other thing about the Knicks and why they might not have been, super interested in, fully fleshing this out
Yeah,
is that they're a really good team.
yeah. Yeah, no. Well, real quick before we do that, I just want to say the crux of this whole thing. I don't think the Bucks will do it unless Giannis makes them, and he didn't make them. He explored it, but he didn't. There's a difference, right? He didn't make them, and he did show up to media day. And while yes, he did say things like, "It was true that I considered my options, and I want to win every year, and I'm sick of losing in the first round." He also said I love this roster. Me and Myles are super excited, so I don't think anything is imminent here, to be clear. And that was also in Sham's reporting of he's in Milwaukee now, but we'll see how the first quarter of the season goes, which is something we'll talk about in a moment. But for the Knicks, listen. We love Giannis more than almost anyone. Obviously, would be if we rooted for another team, knowing that Giannis the way we do, we'd want that team to acquire Giannis as well. So if you're the Knicks, right, you've got this team. The East is pretty wide open. You lost to a team that doesn't have their key starters from last year. The Celtics are gone. You beat them. So it's kind of just you and the Cavs and a bunch of upstarts. You're going to trade Towns, your starting center, and at least one of Bridges, Anunoby, Brunson for Giannis right now. I mean, that probably makes you better, but you kind of lose your whole thing is depth, and I don't know. Hart Giannis is not a very good fit. I don't know how well he would fit with Brunson, to be honest. We kind of just saw the ball dominant small guard and Giannis thing pretty firmly not work out all that well. I mean, there was other things going on. I think it would have looked better if they were healthy in the playoffs, but it wasn't great, and it's kind of a similar archetype. I think the Knicks are deeper around him with more core players, but not as deep if you're sending two or three of them out. So yeah, I mean, to your point, I don't think it's as cut and dry for them as it may seem like from our perspective at first, or from a Bucks fan perspective.
Yeah, and it's the difference is they are not trying to, or at least I don't think they need to try to reach another level with a big trade. Because they already did that. They did
Yeah,
that with the Mikal Bridges
they
trade.
did it
And
three
now
times in a row. I mean,
I know it's crazy.
they did the OG trade, they did the Bridges trade, they did the Towns trade. They added a lot of firepower in recent years, and they were really good last regular season, and got pacered in the playoffs.
Yeah. Who hasn't been,
It's
Uh
happening. It's been happening a lot.
it's I think they would almost feel like why take such a big risk, you know? And maybe this is me just coping.
I think they
But
would. I think they would do it when all's told, but I think they would get to a point where it's if it were easier. I think today they're sending Towns in every pick, right? No question. I think they would do that right now. I think where it fell apart was the Bucks are that we have no interest in this. We have zero interest in this. What else can you do? And then for the Knicks, it's okay, now we have to figure out the McHale trade, and we're not going to get the 5 picks we gave up for him. We know that. So what's even out there? And then, and then if the Knicks too are I bet at a certain point they're we don't even think this is serious. We don't even think the Bucks will do this. We're not going to do all this legwork and shop our guy and maybe piss him off and introduce this uncertainty right before the year. So I think they would move maybe not heaven and earth, but at least earth, significant earth, like a mountain to get Giannis. But I think it's hard for them, and I feel like they thought yeah, he may be interested, but he hasn't demanded it yet, and the Bucks aren't going to do this unless he does.
yeah, and And just in concert with what we've been seeing about Giannis for years, I don't think he actually is going to demand a trade. I just don't think
Uh,
that's.
uh, I think let's see how the record
Oh,
goes to start the year.
yeah.
I think it's in play
Listen,
mid-year. I didn't before, but I do now.
yeah. I mean, 2 weeks ago, this guy said, "Look, I hope it never happens, but I'm expecting it to, just because you've given a lot to it. The team doesn't mean the team won't do what's best for itself." Talking about trades.
Is he manifesting that though?
I don't know. It's like it's it's kind of like, why are you saying that, but also this comes out.
Well, it's like, like, hey, you can do better. You know what I mean? It's like he's like soft launching a breakup here. Like, the team might need it. I don't know. So I want to get to what I think what the Bucks could do, if anything, as a rebuttal here. Not like in the media, but like actual moves. That's how the Bucks operate. First, though, the Knicks of it all. It seemed
Oh,
like
they're gonna call Giannis out in the media.
Kathy Engelbert style. I'm sad that Giannis is misinterpreting our conversation that didn't happen. Also, that just like what's going on. I mean, West, come on. I mean, I'm assuming that he meant that like the Bucks had a conversation with him in July because that is in here. I think that there was.
I thought he was talking about in after. Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought West said June.
He said June. I thought he said July.
I also could be wrong.
I don't remember, but it might be in here. So Horst did go in late July for like the first meeting.
It is June.
He said
He
June.
did say June.
Okay.
So maybe West is just confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was obviously not a great exchange, in any sense, for the Bucks and the relationship at the moment. I think there's big market stuff with the Knicks here in play. You don't? I mean, why not Cleveland? Why is Cleveland out on the list?
Cleveland is even less equipped to make a trade like this.
Are they? I think Evan
Who are you
Mobley.
trading?
Evan Mobley is a better singular asset than anything the Knicks are offering.
That's fair.
Like Mobley, Strus, and I don't know what picks they have, but
I don't think they have
Mobley
a
Garland.
ton.
I mean, Mobley
They
Garland
don't.
and its face is like.
They almost have fewer picks to trade than the Knicks.
Yeah, but if their offer was Mobley and Garland, I don't know if the salary works there. I mean, the Bucks could obviously, throw Kuzma in, make someone take Kuzma.
Oh no, someone's taking Kuzma.
The only way that doesn't happen is if you got your own pick back somehow, and it's like, all right, we need to lose, and then Kyle has a clear role in that. But the Cavs have young guys.
We're going to talk about Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah. The Cavs have young guys who I think are a lot more appealing.
I mean, it's just Mobley.
Like Garland.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have your own picks, right?
Hurt,
so you're not. If you do this, you're not like full tanking. I mean, you're trying to recoup some picks and stuff, but you kind of need good young players under contract.
No, that's fair.
Mobley. Never mind. You can't get both. Mobley's on a huge deal.
Yeah,
so
it'd be Mobley makes $46 million.
Yeah. It'd be Mobley and like second round picks, which isn't great. Future 1 or 2 future firsts.
Yeah, I guess that is better, but also maybe there is a big market thing going on. Because that's a good point. Why not Cleveland
or anywhere in the West? I mean, we talked about the Spurs.
Oh, okay, no, you don't want to go to the West.
Does Giannis think that the way though?
I think if Giannis has been honest, and I'll take him at his word when he says that he just wants to win, I don't think you want to go West.
Yeah, I mean it's more competitive, but like, I mean,
it's a much.
You don't want to go play with Luka in LA? Feeling.
Is that even possible?
LeBron in 2 firsts.
That's the announcement. That's the decision.
I'm taking my talents to Milwaukee.
I'm requesting a trade to the Bucks.
I love Myles Turner. Always have.
No,
I don't think that one's really possible.
No, it would only be the Spurs, right? But again, I don't think Giannis wants to go to the West.
The Mavs?
What's the trade there? AD?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's a good trade for the Bucks. How many superstars
is AD going to get traded for? The Wolves? They don't have pick. They have a couple picks now, actually. I think they've recouped, but Doesn't really work.
It's just
Yeah.
it's much better to stay in the East.
Or I mean the Thunder. I don't even know if they would do it.
I don't. Why would you?
Yeah. I mean
You just won a title. You're the favorites to win the title again.
if you're the Thunder at this point, I know we had the convo where we're like, we need Chet and J-Dub. The Thunder now are like, we're not. I mean, we'll do it without sending any of them.
Yeah.
We'll do Hartenstein, Caruso, and 11 billion picks, and I don't think the Bucks say yes to that. But
No, I don't think so either. I don't think the Thunder even want to do it.
no, why would? Yeah, to your point, why would they? They're too good. Rockets.
So again, like I don't think it's like
FVV and a bunch of picks.
why would you do that though? Also, Fred only makes 25 mil.
Okay, add a player. Why would you do that? Because he's out for the year, and you have Kevin Durant, who's 39 or 37, whatever, and you want to win right now.
No, but why would Giannis want to do that?
So win right
Or why
now
would
to play with
why
Kevin
would
Durant.
the Bucks? Sorry. Why would the Bucks do that? Why would the Bucks do that?
They have a ton of picks. Reed Shepherd, FVV. I don't.
That's worse than the Knicks.
No, not when you get to the picks. They have all the Brooklyn picks.
Yeah, and you need a man in that deal, which I don't think the Rockets are doing.
Here's why. Here's why the Bucks 2027 swap with Brooklyn's first unprotected, Phoenix's pick straight up unprotected.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are really good. I mean, so that's why. Obviously, those teams are going to try to make those picks worse, but those are going to be pretty good picks. And the Bucks probably have a good first this year, their own. It's swapped with Pels, who are also looking pretty bad.
It's the
the Hawks can take it now. Well, it's still,
but it's the Pels swap. Yes.
Yeah, the Pels. The Hawks choose to do it or not. Actually, I don't know. Whatever. The Hawks get the better pick. The Bucks get the worst pick.
Yeah, the Hawks receive the better of the Bucks and Pelicans picks.
Yes.
Picks. Yeah.
Yes. No, the Bucks get the worst, which I probably would still be good. Anyway, let's not do. We don't have to do all the trades and stuff right now. But
it's to this point.
Yeah.
The reason we started
why
this little
Knicks?
thread.
Why Knicks was the question.
Why Knicks? I just think they're the best position team. You look at the Knicks, you look at the East, and it's like, oh, this is one of the two best teams in the East, and well suited. Like they're a very well put together team. Like you were saying, they rely a lot on their depth. They have good players across the board. I think it's a good position to be in. He might have also seen Giannis, I'm referring to, in regards to Cleveland Cavaliers dealing with ball dominant guards. He probably doesn't want to do that. But then why the Knicks?
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
I
don't know. I don't get it. I don't think it's a big market thing.
I think it's partially a big market thing.
Here's the thing. Giannis on his own Instagram story yesterday is on, what day is it today? Tuesday. On Monday is posting about how enough is enough about outlets posting his children.
Yeah.
That is going to get exponentially worse if you go to the Knicks.
I agree.
Like, I don't think it's a big market thing. I really don't. Maybe it's his agents trying to do that, but I don't think it's Giannis. And maybe that's a factor we're not considering in this at all, is that it might not actually be Giannis. I mean, obviously it starts and ends with Giannis. But in terms of the teams that are picked.
The Cavs can't really do it either. Since they're second apron, they can't send multiple players. They'd have to shed a lot of salary. Yeah, I mean, I see your point. I don't know. I mean, I just find it odd that it's just the Knicks. And I think the report said that the Knicks had thought it'd been them for a while now. I don't know. I don't think it's that well positioned. It's not like, to me, oh, he clearly slides in there and it's a perfect fit.
I mean, it's a perfect fit anywhere.
Well, in a world where you can just trade Towns for him straight up, I guess, but we don't live in that world. And honestly, he'd be a good fit with Towns.
Yeah, he'd be a great fit with Towns.
I don't really love his fit with Mitchell Robinson a ton.
No. Well, then, yeah, because the only way that works is if Giannis is your full-time starting five.
Giannis does not want to do that.
Nope. For good reason.
Yeah. So it's odd.
He works best with a good front court mate. Have you heard of this guy named Myles Turner, Giannis?
Well, do we have anything else on this? I mean, it's certainly disheartening. I think it is real.
It sucks. It
Oh,
sucks.
I know.
It
The last
sucks.
thing I want to do, it really sucks. It also just puts a ton of pressure on the start of this season, which maybe it was always there, maybe it was there anyway, but I
I
think it's
feel like
more
I will
now.
take some credit and say that I said this from the get-go, and I said the start of the season is probably the most important start of the season the Bucks have ever had.
Yeah, seems like it.
You cannot get off to a rough start. You can't. You have to come out of the gate swinging.
Yeah. Well,
There's
1 and
no other
0.
option.
1 and 0.
1-0, that'd be great.
No, they are. I mean, 1 and
If
0
you lose,
in the preseason.
yeah, that's true. But no, I'm saying if you lose to the Wizards, just pack it in.
Chris puts up 40, puts the nail in the coffin.
He's going to demand a trade to the Wizards.
40 in 18 minutes or however much they let him play.
40 in 5 minutes.
Standing
They
O
let him
and
start.
standing O and they put him in a stretcher and take him away. He's healthy, but they're just being cautious.
No, Chris, we can't actually have you do well.
Yeah. Not well
It's
enough.
just it's really it's heartbreaking, man. And like here's the worst part is that nothing's happened.
Right,
Right?
right.
Nothing's actually happened. This is a report about things that happened months ago.
Yeah.
And we've just been living in this false sense of reality.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot on Giannis now, and I usually try to not do the like, oh, Giannis is responsible for this, that, or the third when his job is to play basketball, but his job is also to be like the superstar, franchise star of the team and everything else. And if he lets this kind of go and be a slippery slope, it's going to lead to the team. Like, it's going to become a self fulfilling prophecy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's not bought in, like saying, guys, like, don't worry about this. And it doesn't even need to be necessarily the media, but kind of like reinforcing with the team that he's like confident and going to go out there and, we'll try to win with these guys. I do think like these young players who need to step up, it's just going to be really hard, probably almost impossible for them to succeed if it's like AJ Green is out there like, oh, if I miss this three, is Giannis going to demand a trade tomorrow? I mean, that's crazy to put on these players who like already we're asking a lot from some of these younger guys. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I am concerned that usually I was gonna say like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I was then thinking back like Kobe demanded a trade. Tim Duncan almost went to Orlando. Like sometimes this stuff does happen and gets walked back, but the last thing actually before it, poor preseason game. I'm sad to talk about it. I think there's a very non-zero chance the Bucks go and do something else now.
Oh, I think so too.
I don't think it's 100%. I mean, I think
Well, actually, why would you do it now just because it's in the media? Because you've already known this information if you're the Bucks.
it probably depends how Giannis reacts to this report, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Because my initial thought was this is nothing new. They were
Right.
part of the report is what the Bucks have been doing.
Yeah. And
So
it is in there
is
that
it
Giannis is in for now, but then it's like, oh, the first quarter of the season will be really important.
yeah. But again, I don't think I think whatever I don't think they're gonna get influenced by this. Because again, it's from inside the team perspective, it's nothing new.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it's not being influenced by it, but it's like the underlying thing could still well influence them.
Yeah, I'm saying, I think that's fair.
You're
But
saying
I
you're
also
saying
think
this report doesn't dictate whether they'd make a move or not. I will say the one
because
thing
they
that
would
this,
already have been wanting to make a move.
yeah, and I think they were. Again, they've been in on a lot of stuff. AJ Green still not extended. Kyle Kuzma still very trade eligible. Very
Still
trade
very much
eligible.
on.
In
He
multiple
is
senses.
the most trade eligible person I've ever seen.
Certainly on the Bucks. I mean, I guess maybe Giannis is number one now. The
No,
last,
it's still Kyle Kuzma, I think.
well, two sides need to make a trade. That's why I think it's Giannis. I think there's yeah, you have to send the player somewhere that wants him.
No, two sides is why I think it is Kyle Kuzma because I don't think the Bucks would do it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
It's
I
much
don't.
more likely for a team to take on Kyle Kuzma than the Bucks to
I
trade
was gonna
Giannis.
ask you. Are we sure? Are we sure about that after this game? I don't know at this point. We'll see. But I don't want to explore that. The last thing I have on this, I think I've said that like 3 times.
We're gonna be talking about this a lot.
We'll see. We'll see how Giannis responds to it. Um, Teams are gonna reach out now. That's gonna be the other thing. So unlike
Yep.
the Luka scenario where it's like, oh, we wake up and Giannis is a Knick, and we get all the reports of like we would have outbid them, blah blah blah, and like you could say it doesn't matter to an extent. Like players can kind of pick where they want to go, but not totally. I think we've seen that. Dame, most recent example, like
Luca.
not totally. Luka, well, Luka didn't want to go anywhere, um, but but teams are gonna like not just to the Bucks, but also to Giannis, right? Be like, hey, you know, I think the Rockets might be number one. I think they're the most aggressive. They have a bunch of stuff. They have a big hole. I mean, they have a playmaking hole. Giannis is a pretty damn good playmaker. Nice. A crater-sized hole for the Rockets at the point guard spot. But I think that
Same with the Bucks.
yeah, for real. That this could snowball though with now teams being like, oh, you're thinking about it like I was gonna say Daryl Morey. He's not there anymore. Raphael Stone, is that still the Rockets
Yeah.
GM? He's gonna like DM Giannis's agent like if every time they lose a game, like, hey, thinking about
Eye
playing with
emojis.
Kevin Durant, yeah. And your now pal Alperen Şengün, who you worked with to, you know,
Pal is a strong
you
word.
worked with to overcome ethnocentrism, like that's tantalizing.
Geopolitics tie is at it again.
I think that was a pretty safe one for me.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we can move on.
No, I think it is. I'm just giving you.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
I think so. I don't know if that really changes anything. I think Giannis has put more pressure on himself. Well, I wouldn't say that because Giannis did not write this report. I
Yeah.
think pressure is now on Giannis because it's kind of flipped, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of become like it used to be are the Bucks going to actually trade Giannis, or is Giannis actually going to demand a trade? What's going to happen? Are the Bucks going to make enough moves? The Bucks have done what they're going to do, and now it's all of the for now. For now, John Horst always has something up his sleeve. Now the pressure is on Giannis. Now this is out there. People are going to be asking him specific questions about this now.
Yep.
That's the reality that's going to be faced now because this report is coming.
Yeah. I think
all of the pressure now lies on Giannis.
I think there's 3 probable things he says. The most likely, for sure, odds-on favorite is like, I'm not going to discuss, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The second most likely, actually, I don't know. The second most likely at this point, given the way he handled Media Day, is probably like, yeah, I thought about going to the Knicks. And then he just doesn't say anything else. The third, and I think least likely thing is like, no, it's not true. I don't think he's going to say that at this point.
Actually, I demanded a trade to the Knicks, but they didn't do it.
I said, please, trade me for Carl. Carl's awesome. You need Carl.
If it wasn't me, I would say no. I need Carl on the team, but you got Myles Turner. Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
No. All right. Well, do you have anything else on this? I mean, it sucks. It's gonna hang over. I was so excited to have like a year where it's just kind of like let's build something new and like this new era. And I'm a little worried now, more than a little worried that's we're not gonna have a real shot at that. Like it's kind of like
it's just gonna be overshadowed,
or like the wings are just clipped. Like I we'll see what happens. I mean, I think Giannis really holds a lot. I mean, obviously we always has, but like this specific moment has a ton of like repercussions. However he responds to this, I think is going to be a big deal.
I think so. He really needs to take a stranglehold of this team and dictate how it goes. Again, it's now on Giannis.
Yeah,
he's made his move.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think the Knicks leaked this? I think all the information could have come from them, although some of it certainly seemed to come from Giannis. I mean, some of it was just straight up the Bucks talking to Giannis. I mean, maybe the Knicks had heard that.
It could be like, let's say you're hypothetically Leon Rose and John Horst talking. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh God, who's the Pobo for the Knicks for a second? And you're like, wait, why are we having this conversation? What
Right,
happened
right,
here?
right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Like
but
where
like,
it's if you're Leon Rose, it's like you need to tell me what's going on here, otherwise we're not actually talking.
yes, but like, would Horst have been like, well, I flew to Athens in late July and I laid out my, like, would he have given the whole, I don't know. Like, I think some of this
No, it's
must have,
probably it's from Giannis's agency as well. I'm
I think it
assuming.
almost has to. I mean,
I
maybe
think it's
Shams,
probably primarily from them.
yeah. Yeah, there's not a
I
ton
don't even know
of,
how much of this is in the from the Knicks perspective. All of like the Octagon would know all of this.
right. And it's not like we got like the Knicks were thinking about doing this or that. It was kind of just like they're kind of tied up right now, which would have
Yeah,
been probably Giannis's impression. There
there
was
was
no
no
trade
specific
package.
information. Yeah, there's no specific information from trade calls,
Right.
which means I don't think it's from the Bucks or the Knicks. I think it's from Octagon.
Which is bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It would have been
It's not good.
best if it was from the Knicks,
I think so.
who I guess probably aren't really incentivized to put this out there right now. If they don't think they can do it, like what's the, like you're just like instability for instability's sake. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe,
they're just the Joker.
yeah, maybe like I guess paving the way to try to get him in February, but why do it now if that's the case? Why not?
For maybe if you can knock down the price, because if the issue was that it's too high a price and the Bucks aren't willing to accept that, if you cause enough destabilization, you can get that price lowered.
Yeah, but I think you'd probably do it in like December, right?
No, you need to
You think you got to
you're
pave the
putting it
way?
out there. I think you got to pave the way
Yeah. All right. Well,
because
let's move.
it's now about like the entire start of the season, like we were
Right, right,
talking
right.
about.
You're right. You're right. So maybe. I mean, maybe they were involved too, but certainly it
Like
does seem like.
let's say you do this in December and the Bucks are like 12-4.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's much less likely to happen. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
it
Can you
seems
imagine?
stupid. It seems stupid then.
It does. So that's why you got to do it early. Otherwise, you don't have a chance of it not working at all.
I will
So
say,
maybe it is from a Knicks perspective.
I think at least some comes from the agency.
Absolutely.
Some of those details.
And
I just
also,
don't think.
Shams isn't doing this based on one person.
Right. Probably like two.
He's
Probably
yeah.
two
It's got to
people.
be two people. Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
he did one for the Chris thing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I can confirm that
I'm
one.
I'm um I'm making I keep extending it, but I'm making us move on because we have more fun
Yeah,
stuff
let's
to
do it.
talk about. We'll talk more about this. Unfortunately, I'm sure going forward. And last thing, actual last thing, and then I'm not even gonna. I just know there's people out there who's like it's BS, it's BS. It's not BS.
It's not
Unfortunately, like
BS.
this
It's
is
not.
happening. So
This is you're going through the stages of grief.
yeah, along with us, I think. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
you know what else isn't BS? Our friends at Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform where you, yes, you, can get $50 when you play $5 win or lose by using code Eurostep on the Prize Picks app today. It is the best. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Almost all of our episodes are. Rohan and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement on Prize Picks. This is up there with the top sports months on the calendar, and Prize Picks, feeling that aura in the air, has introduced stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. And Rohan, I've got a stack ready for the baseball game coming up tomorrow on Wednesday. So I don't know if you know this. I was totally, and I usually kind of hate these things. I was totally sucked in and entranced by William Contreras' Players Tribune article. I was so fired up by it. It was so real and genuine. And it honestly revealed a lot that I didn't know about Wild Bill. And he's been great so far. He's been gutsy. He's going through the hand injury.
He's been proving that
Dude,
article.
the Craig Phone Selly is like one of the I think he's my favorite Brewer of all time now. I mean, it was
He might
Ryan
be.
Braun for a while, bumpy road there, but weren't a ton of options. So I'm stacking up. I'm doing a simple flex play for Wednesday, trying to hit a single, as you may say. William Contreras, more than 0.5 hits, which is goblin time, and more than 0.5 RBIs, which is demon time. So like I said, with stacks, now if I'm like, oh, I think William Contreras is the man, I can double down on that and say, you know what, I think he's going to have a day across the board where he's getting on base and he's driving in runs. And then, of course, you need multiple teams selected in every play. So I also have Michael Busch less than 1.5 combined hits and runs and RBIs. So just need him to not drive in any runs or not have a multiple hit day or score, and we're in business there. So that's my simple flex play. Could if all three of those predictions are right, that is going to 3.5 times my entry. If 2 out of 3 are right, I get my entry back. So kind of a nice safe where William Contreras can just, come through for me almost entirely by himself, which I think he could do for our team as well. But loving the new stacks on Prize Picks. Always have fun playing. And now we have more options than ever, Rohan. Who doesn't love options?
It's awesome. The stack is an amazing concept. It's something I've been wanting for a while, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes literally you'd be going through to make your lineup and be like, oh man, do I want Jordan Love more than 1.5 touchdowns, or do I want more than 5.5 rushing yards? Boom. Both. Easy. Simple.
I've had to remove it because I've accidentally added it so many times.
I'll tell you what, sometimes too, it's like they give you the discounted play of like, oh, I need to take Jordan Love, 65 yards, but I also want the touchdowns or whatever it is, right? Like, one catch for Travis Kelce. I'm like, oh, he's going to have more than that. It just had a song written about his manhood. He's going to be fired up. And he has a touchdown, almost had 2 touchdowns. And now with stacks, I can do that. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code EuroStep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. If you've never played Prize Picks before, you can play in Wisconsin. It's safe, easy, and fun. So download the app, use code EuroStep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right. We're just going to move on from the Travis Kelce comment. Preseason.
Can we talk about the Brewers for a second?
Yeah.
I need to cleanse my my mind of something. It's just fun. I'm not going to spend. I want to spend 2 minutes on this.
Yeah. No, I'm down.
Awesome.
We need
it's
to.
Really fun.
It's great.
It's really fun.
Not since 2018 have I had this much fun watching a Brewers playoff run.
I don't think I had this much fun in 2018.
I think I had this much fun.
I think I had actual expectations in 2018, but the Brewers have completely taken away all expectations from me, which is it's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. They've completely broken my spirit as a baseball fan. I'm not advocating and saying it's a good reason. However, that complete void of actual real aspirations and expectations has made these 2 games thus far. Again, I'll say 2 games.
Yeah.
So much fun. So much fun.
I almost feel the opposite, that in 18, like I'm at Woody's homer on Kershaw. I was like, wow,
all-time moment.
All time. I was like, we could beat the Dodgers, which felt impossible at that time, even though they hadn't won or whatever, but still, like, they were so good and they won like 106 games every year or whatever when they spent all the money and all the stars, everything else. I was like, maybe they could actually beat them. I wasn't like, oh, I think they're, for sure going to go on this crazy run. Right now, the Brewers, I'm like, damn, they look great as a team. And that's what we just haven't seen as much.
I've never been more confident in the Brewers offense.
Never.
I think that's the differentiator for me. Whenever it's come down to playoff baseball for like 2018 or even the last couple of years when they haven't advanced past the wild card, it's always been like, oh, I trust their pitching. I have no confidence in their offense whatsoever. They're going to pitch like a 2-run shutout, but then have 2 hits on the day and score 0 runs. Now it's like, oh, can the Brewers pitching actually keep up with the offense? And it's wild.
And like so far, the answer outside of starter Ashby has been like, hell yeah, like they've been beasts. So
also, Pat Murphy, don't get in your own way, man.
Well, so Priester game 3. I guess they like him in that park better. I think it's a little silly, but I love the gambit though. The fake, they faked that it was going to be Priester and then it wasn't. Miz, 3 innings of Miz. I mean, Miz getting through 3 innings scoreless. And like having a pop off per inning.
After that first inning.
Yeah. Like I thought they were pushing it, but now like it swings the whole playoffs for him. Now you're like, yeah, I'd put Miz in like, a close-ish game. I'm not going to put him in like a 1-run game, later in the game, but we need 3 innings in the middle somewhere. Yeah, like let's give it to Miz and see what he can do. Like it totally changed the complexion of his playoffs.
What is he, 23 years old?
All-star.
Yeah, 23 years old, and he's put in his first ever postseason appearance when it's a very close game. And you're like, yeah, of course it's going to be the first inning nerves, but now he has that confidence.
Yeah. If he could just find the
locate,
zone,
man.
dude. If he could just find
Just
the zone.
locate.
Oh my God, his stuff is so
I could
nasty.
see there was at one point in that first inning when Bill was just like
Yeah.
he's
Reined
motioning
it
like
in.
just throw it to me.
Yeah.
Bring it to me, man.
Rein it in.
It was it's nice. I
Well,
love Bill, man.
Bill's like for what it like
You
no one
you're right. I think he's ascended into my top 3 of all time.
like for what you have to do as a catcher, for all the things he can do offensively and as a leader of a team, one of the leaders of the team as well. It's really incredible.
It really is. And he's been just delivering on all facets with like a broken middle finger.
Crazy.
It's nice. It's like whenever he's up to bat, I have confidence that he's going to deliver. Like before he hit that solo shot yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's at least going to get on base here.
Yeah.
Like I had unwavering confidence that he's actually going to get on base.
100%. Dude,
and then he just launches a nuke.
The Churio homer, I was like, I think he should probably be DHing, but
I was going to say put Yelich in left, man.
Yeah. I would saying something, but I like his chances of getting around out there better. But the fact that Churio could still drive the homer, like, what a legend.
No, but Churio needs to DH, I think.
Yeah. I'm fine with him playing.
Don't make him run.
Yeah, like get thrown out, dude. It's fine. Like he was like sprinting to second. I was like, just get it. It's okay.
And there was a play where there was a pop fly.
Yeah,
and it was between
him and ground.
Yeah, it was him and Durbin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went and he called off Durbin and got it. And it's like you came up a little hobbled after. I was like, just let Caleb get it, man.
Yeah.
No, I actually didn't think that. I said get him out of left field.
Right. He should DH.
Yeah. Do you put Yelich in left then?
I mean, you have Collins too. You have Collins too, but then you don't get to use Yelich if you don't put him in left. And Collins,
who's also been delivering.
Yeah, Yelly's been great.
Not in like a run scoring manner, but he's actually getting on base.
He's getting on base. So, yeah, I mean, I think what changed for the Brewers, this poor preseason game, we're so excited to talk about.
No, we're doing it in like a minute.
Yeah. Sal and Bryce, just like those guys came up and it was like, oh, they can't really hit. No one hits. It was like them and Weimer's gone forever now, I think, but. Like those guys just becoming like real legit hitters, and Bryce with pop too. Like never saw that coming. Like a second baseman just like smacking it around, but that's totally changed their team. Those two guys, because now it's like now you got 5 guys where you're like, all right, Sal, Bryce, Jackson, Yelly, Contreras, and Vaughn. Like, okay, we have 6 guys who are like really gonna go do something. Where to your point, past Brewers teams, it was like. Can someone get on for Braun? Like, probably not. Or, like, way back when for Fielder? Like, probably not. Like,
I mean, for Yelich in 2018.
Yeah. And
you're relying on Brandon Woodruff to score your first run of the game.
Yeah. I mean, you're
going up against Prime Kershaw.
The first 2 innings of Game 1, they outscored every other Brewers playoff run besides the Mets series last year since 2018. Like, in 2 innings. And now, I mean, they might have now gotten all of them with that. I didn't go back and look, but with last night's game too. Anyway, all right, Bucks preseason, good diversion. We'll probably continue checking in on the Brewers because it's the most optimistic Wisconsin sports team. But I mean, the Packers look decent, but they didn't play. The Brewers in the playoffs look amazing. Anyway,
we have a successful Milwaukee Brewers team. What did it cost the Bucks?
Well, I think they traded the other way a couple of years ago, so maybe it's fair.
The Bucks did win a game last night, by the way. The Bucks played. For all this talk about Giannis and everything and how things are going to go, the Milwaukee Bucks actually played a basketball game last night with actual NBA players in it against the Miami Heat after they've been doing some training camp at FAU.
Yeah,
even at FAU.
FIU.
Yeah. I thought they were at Florida Atlantic.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Is FIU even a school?
I don't know.
It is. Florida International University. It could be FAU or FIU. Who knows? Someone correct us, please.
You talk. I'll look it up.
But the Bucks did play a game against the Miami Heat. They've been doing training camp, as we talked about last episode, in Florida for the last couple of days. Giannis did meet them this past Saturday as he's recovering from COVID. Feel better, Giannis. And has been doing he was getting some shots up pregame against the Heat. He did not play as he's still getting back up to game. It was FIU.
Yeah.
Nice,
Florida
nice, nice. Good
International.
call.
Thank you.
Good call. Good call. So the Bucks rolled out what potentially could be their normal starting five. I mean, hopefully not in general, but God, uh, no. But with no Giannis, and hopefully, I think this is probably the first thing I'd want to talk about. Is Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench, Ty?
It sure seems like it, right?
So the starting lineup for the Bucks was Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Kyle Kuzma, and Myles Turner. This was a game, and I guess I'll set the stage. No regular players played in the second half at all.
Yeah.
The Out of the starters, they AJ Green and Kyle Kuzma maxed out at just over 17 minutes. And that's it. They played a lot of the first quarter, a little bit in the second quarter, and then not at all in the second half. The Doc Rivers did a very Brewers friendly
Yeah.
game.
I still watched it all,
Uh,
but
I still watched it all too.
yeah.
They did go to the small screen though, I will
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, that's fair. Which actually
But I
was, I
did.
kind of wish I'd done it the other way, though, because there were a lot of moments when I was like, who the hell is that?
It is true. I did think
Who
about
is in right
switching when
now?
CL started getting
I
buckets.
can't see. I don't know what's going on. And it was the Heat broadcast, who I think they did a pretty good job overall.
I actually
But
like the Heat
I
broadcast.
don't know if that's their normal broadcast, but that
It is their
broadcast was
normal
good.
broadcast.
That's a good broadcast. I thought they
It's
called it well.
they're one of my favorite ones that are non-Bucks because I feel like they actually cover most teams, most broadcasts have to do like some NBA TV broadcast throughout a year
Yeah,
where you are going to not only a non-local market, but you're also going to a national market where you are typically not as homer-y as you
right.
would be on a normal broadcast. However, I feel like the Heat are very, and maybe I just don't watch enough Heat broadcast games. Someone is probably going to yell at me for this. I think
Hmm.
they're pretty good, and I think they're pretty impartial.
Yeah,
And this is not based on this game. This is based on previous local Heat games
you
that I've
know who has
watched.
the best? A non-Bucks for like just catching a random game. And I don't know if it's even close, to be honest.
Ooh, is it honestly? You're gonna hate me for saying this.
I don't
I
think
don't hate the
the
Lakers.
Lakers is the best.
Oh,
They're
okay, you were
clearly
gonna
the
say the
best one.
Lakers.
It is
Okay.
the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, their booth, and I don't know who it all is. I couldn't name you the names, but they call it extremely evenly. They almost like it feels like you're sitting by a fireplace watching the game. Like they
Yeah.
have great
It's almost like
voices.
they also know that they are not gonna just be broadcasting to LA. Like
Right.
so many people are gonna be tuning
But
into these
but it
games.
is going to be mostly Lakers because like most NBA fans damn near are Lakers fans, and they like chide the Lakers almost.
And they teach you about the game
Yeah,
too.
they're really good.
They're really good. They're really
The
good. I'm
Nets
glad.
gets all the
Okay.
hype, but I think the Lakers is better.
The Nets have the person, and the Nets are great. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to take away from the Nets. The Nets are incredible. If you can get Ryan Ruocco
they
just as your
are,
backup.
but it feels like a national broadcast to me, and not like in a fine way.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
it's
I
because the
get
Nets
that.
have no whatever. We're so far afield. Um, the starting lineup I think was a positive.
I think you're starting off on the right foot. It's
Yeah,
so hard, by the way, to now just frame this into normal Bucks conversation.
I know, but
It's really difficult.
it's worth doing.
We're gonna be strong and we're gonna do it
Yeah,
because we have to
yeah.
for this season.
I mean, this is the stuff we
Uh,
get more excited to talk about anyway.
Yeah, it's true. So they rolled out that lineup. They rolled out that three guard lineup that
Yep.
we were kind of thinking about. And honestly, one of my fears got realized
Yeah,
from this.
the Wiggins alley oop.
It's just the entire AJ Green of it all.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he can be a three in stretches. I don't think he can be a starting three.
yeah.
I think I just don't think that's
I don't know if
possible.
I'm
And it kind
there.
of
I don't know if I'm all the way there yet. But the
here's the
defensive tape
I don't know
wasn't
if I'm
great.
yeah. I don't know if I'm all the way there because the Heat are an especially bad matchup because of Andrew Wiggins for that because he's like just a straight up three. Like he's like an
Yeah,
actual small forward, one of the most pure small forwards remaining in the NBA.
yeah,
And it's just every time just going at AJ Green. I will say that I don't know if I'm there yet because it was a bad matchup. However, I think it'll make you think if you're the Bucks front office, you need to the wing is probably the priority.
yeah. I mean, I do think defensively, if you have the Giannis Turner combo, you're able to nullify that more than you were with Kuzma, who like felt like was like just getting shedded by Niko Jovic all the
Anyone,
time. I mean, like just left in the dust
anyone.
almost constantly, unfortunately. But certainly, though, to your point, yeah, Green struggled with Wiggins. He picked up 3 fouls in the 17 minutes. He ended up plus minus of 0 because he did take 8 threes and knock down 3 of them. So I thought offensively was very encouraging that they pretty much force fed him threes. I mean, nobody else. Well, Pete Nance ended up taking 7. We'll get to him. But among the regulars, nobody else took more than like 3 or 4. So I thought that was encouraging offensively. But yeah, defensively, people who were like, KPJ, Trent, Green is too small. I think so far, like, yeah, it looks like it probably is, with the caveat that Giannis over Kuzma does change your overall size
Well,
complexion.
yeah, it does. It does change your overall size complexion. However, does it change your real defensive outlook? Because like if you have Giannis and Turner on your back line there, two like obviously Turner was already in the game.
Yeah.
Are you just every time someone is trying to isolate against AJ Green, are you just sending a double with one of those two? Does and if so, does that help you?
Well, I don't think you
Or if you're
double.
AJ Green, do you just like let him get past you? That doesn't seem
No,
like good basketball.
no, I think we just have you basically have rim protectors on both sides of the floor. I mean, depending how the offense, aligns their players, but like I think what you probably do is like, and Giannis kind of defaults to this, right? Is like cheat off Nico, in this case Niko Jovic, but like your assignment a bit and see if they can punish you with threes to pack the paint more. Because I think what concerned me was like, Wiggins getting alley oops and like dunking the ball and getting right to the rim. Like at one point, Norm Powell just hit a jumper over AJ Green, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's only so much you can do about that unless he has 40 points. I'm not changing my defense for that. So for me, it's like if Wiggins is pulling up over AJ, I'm probably living with it for the most part. I don't really mind all that much. Like if the other team's offense turns into Andrew Wiggins ISO ball, I think the Bucks should be okay. For me, it was like, okay, he's like getting to the rim and just dunking, and there's nothing AJ can do if Turner's not around. That's problematic. But maybe with Giannis out there, you have more paint presence, and then you're able to nullify. I mean, Turner did go get one of them. We'll talk about Turner very soon. I thought he looked awesome. Like he is still helping out a bit, but I think Giannis over Kuzma maybe could help take more of that away too.
No, I okay, that's fair. I just worry.
Yeah, no, listen, the fact that you have to shade the rest of your front court to account for it is not ideal, right? Like your ideal situation is you have a 3 out there and you can just play more straight up and not have to kind of pigeonhole yourself into one style of play right from the jump. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's totally fair.
a three that is not Kyle Kuzma.
There's another 3 that up and down game we'll talk about, but we have to do Turner now. I mean, this was our first Myles
Turner
Turner
looked awesome.
sensational.
He just probably thinking about two sides of the ball, he was amazing defensively, and I
Yeah,
think that's what stood out to me the most.
2 blocks and
Offense,
a steal in 15 minutes.
hit or miss. Yeah, but offense was hit or miss, but defensively, man, he can move. It's wild having a center that can actually move. And that's no shade to Brook. I love Brook. But Miles can actually move.
Yeah. I mean, offensively, I thought was pretty good. I mean, I stand by the take that like I think he's going to be one of their leading, like probably 3 leading scorers this season, just because.
I think he needs to be a stronger screener.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
It's a
Brook was just
little
a brick wall of a
it's a little
screener, so it's
difficult with
hard to.
KPJ though, because he's such a water bug out there.
Yeah. I just think I going from the screen quality of Brook Lopez to
Yeah,
Myles Turner is a bit of a jump,
yeah,
considering Brook was the best screener on the team.
yeah, by far. That's a fair point. I wasn't thinking as much about the screening, but there was like, he's kind of popping, like he's taking mid rangers and looking good. He drew 6 or 5 foul shots, which I thought was encouraging, like kind of being the aggressor and like initiating contact and then drawing
Acrobatic
the
and
fouls.
one.
Yeah, like just some other things that I think are going to be really helpful to them. Again, like I think we haven't even talked about this as much, but having an athletic 5 man who can kind of get himself to the basket a little bit. I'm not saying he's going to break down the defense, but like Giannis, like teams are shaded toward Giannis on one side, kick out to Turner. It's not just going to be catch and shoot. Like if he sees a lane, he can probably get himself to the rim. There's real value in that, where again, we've talked about for years, like an issue with the Bucks starting fives, no matter who's been out there with Giannis and Brook, is teams double Giannis, and it just ends up Brook shooting a lot of threes, and he's a good shooter, but that's not a great offense. Turner can do more. Like, he can shoot too, but he's also going to be able to drive, where Brooks' drives were like, the shot clock was in play, running out.
The
If it was like,
glacial
yeah,
drives.
12 seconds or less, you're like, oh, I don't know if he's going to get it off in time.
Oh, I'm gonna miss those. I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss those a lot. I wasn't. Here's the thing. I think the Bucks and Doc Rivers are going to be doing a lot to try to get Myles Turner in rim situations, like him getting to the rim.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thrilled with the first showing of it. I thought that they were trying their best to get him in position to be able to do it. He got the ball stripped from him a few times. He was kind of a little weird with the dribble. He looked like he was trying to be Giannis out there, but no one's Giannis. And it
Yeah.
was a little disappointing, but maybe I think my brain is just calibrated to, oh, you're a 7-footer. You can just do whatever you want, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, you can go, you can have the best handle in the world. You can go and finish. Like every time you put the ball up near the rim, I'm gonna assume it's going in. Like I'm just spoiled.
Yeah,
That's the
maybe.
Giannis, please don't leave, man. Please don't
Yeah.
leave. This is gonna be a tough season, man. At
We'll
least the
see.
start of it.
We'll see.
But I was just encouraged by the way that they were trying to set up the offense, and specifically regarding Myles Turner. I don't think that this was just Giannis is in the game. We need some rim pressure. Myles Turner, go get it. I think this is going to be something that's more, dictated in the standard flow of their offense this year because, they've been talking about it. And we know that Doc loves to talk, but I like to see it in action too. And we
Yeah.
actually got to see it in action a bit. They were trying to set it up. Even though it didn't work out the best, I thought it was still encouraging. I think Myles Turner's role in this offense is probably still, it's a high floor, but I'll say it's probably a lower ceiling. It's a very high floor because you can just, be a spacing big, and that's awesome, and he's really, really good at that. And if that's all it is, that's amazing. But if you want to get more complicated and intricate with the lineup and try to maximize his game both inside and out, I think it's gonna be more of a work in progress.
Yeah. I will say I think he looks really comfortable with the mid-ranger, which is going to be
He looks
big
good in
for
the
them.
Bucks jersey.
If he looks really good in the Bucks jersey. I think he's a boss. I'm super excited about him.
He seems fired up.
Yeah, he is fired up. I mean, this
Yeah, no,
is
it's a massive. You and I talked about this last time, and I think you brought it up. It's a big prove it season.
yeah, it's a career inflection point for him.
Yeah, so he's gonna go out, and it's a good start. Again, overreacting to preseason game one is
Yeah.
one of the most fun things to do,
Yeah.
but it's still nice to see.
I thought
Again, it's like media day. It's like
right.
I'm not gonna put too much stock into it, but it's nice to see. It's better than not seeing it.
I thought the team energy was good all night, which is something I was thinking about coming in, that even if like the talent level is more unproven, and like especially games like this where Giannis doesn't play, kind of we'll see. They shouldn't have the excuse of some of these games the last 2 years where it's like, or even more than 2 years, where it's like, oh, the vets didn't come to play, or the rest, or whatever, like the really bad start last season. I feel like I'm just not buying that at all from them this year. Like, they're gonna have games where they lose because they just don't play well, and that's one thing. But they shouldn't be sluggish. Like, Doc has the options. They're very young. And I thought for the most part that played out. Like, they ran, they moved, they hustled defensively. I thought their guards looked good defensively. So that's something else to track, but hopefully that remains consistent as well as we go. The hit
What
ahead
did you
to
think of the
AJ Green
defense?
in transition. Just overall.
Yeah, just overall. Because here's the thing for me, it got off to a little bit of a rocky start. There was one possession early on where there was like a cross screen and between an AJ Green and Gary Trent's guy,
Yeah.
and one thought one was switching, one thought they were just staying on their man, and it led to a wide open three. And I'm like, ooh, it's not an amazing start. It's
Yeah.
not a great start.
Yeah.
Especially because those two were involved with a lot of that type of stuff last year as well. So seeing that wasn't great, but I thought they really picked it up as they went along.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, and what we already talked about with like starting AJ and Gary, like the size, and Wiggins took advantage. Like, that was obviously questionable. But I
Hey,
thought,
go get Andrew Wiggins. That'd be
oh my
that'd be a
God.
good trade.
Like, Bam was pretty nullified. He ends up with 5
Greatest
points in
shooter of all
16
time, Bam
minutes. Yeah,
Adebayo.
yeah, yeah. He did make 3 free throws. I mean, Norm went off, which, like, anytime Norm Powell shoots against the Bucks, it's going to be good. He had 18. Jovic had 9 on 7 shots, and then Kel Ware
Have you?
kind of feasted late in the game. He ended up with 18 and 13. Really good second
I
half
was
performance.
really surprised he was playing that far into the game.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely the best player on the floor in that second half run, but he's not a
Which is
starter for them right now. So I think
yeah.
trying to
Speaking
like
of
make him prove it.
speaking of Norm Powell, have you seen these clips in like early 2K? I don't play 2K anymore, but I've seen
No.
like clips on Twitter where it's like there's some weird thing with like green zones where it's like you can green easily from beyond half court. That's
Oh,
Norm Powell every time he plays the Bucks.
even in preseason, I couldn't believe it. Also, are the Heat terrible?
They're not
Was
good.
just Hero out?
Yeah.
Or no, Mitchell didn't play. Davion Mitchell, I think, didn't play.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hero and Mitchell didn't
But like
play.
their second unit, like in the first half of the game, they're like, all right, we got Myron Gardner and Trevor Keels out here with Keyshawn Johnson and Drew Smith, and I was like, are they done?
Shout out Drew Smith, by the way.
Uh,
Shout out Drew Smith,
why?
who absolutely worked his way back from ridiculous injuries
Oh, that's good.
and was able to get another guaranteed contract. So shout out Drew Smith,
Shout
man.
out Drew Smith, but
I
also,
think he's been out for like 2 years.
wow, yeah, shout out to Drew Smith. Trevor Keels and Myron Gardner. I was like, this
Yeah, it's
is.
not good.
I mean, I don't think those guys are necessarily going to play all the time, but wow, it's like, ah, they got to guys I've never heard of really fast. Anyway,
Yeah.
the defense I thought was pretty good overall. I think Turner being a mobile big is going to be a big deal. I think Jericho Sims actually playing a pretty real rotation role is also a big deal. So they in their real run they always had Sims or Turner out there, and I think their rim defense was strong as a result of that. And then it's the
Yeah.
guards. The guards picking up full court, pressing the ball, forcing a lot of turnovers. The Heat turned the ball over a ton, and the Bucks were a lot scrappier going for it. I called him out for it, and then it kind of turned negative. But like Torian Prince is like diving for loose balls, and I did come up with one of them, and then later started diving when he had the ball for some reason.
Instead of just kicking his own ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, up and down day for TP, who was perfect from the field and free throw, but immediately tried to do too much
That
and it
was
went poorly.
so funny. And yeah, let's talk about the guard
Yeah,
defense for a bit.
yeah,
I thought it was, I mean, KPJ did a fine job. Uh,
yeah.
when Rollins and Cole Anthony came in, I was like, oh, this team's gonna be fun.
I
This
think
team's gonna be
I
fun.
think Rollins had 5 deflections in like his first 10 minutes. Like literally, there was a point when it felt like 5 out of 8 possessions for Miami. Rollins, he didn't get all steals. He only credited with 1 steal, but like he knocked a ball out of bounds or like tipped it off someone else. Like he was everywhere.
I don't think your second team all defense take is that crazy. I
No,
don't think it's likely, but I think it's plausible.
depends how much he plays.
He's a menace. He's an absolute menace defensively.
Yeah,
Was knocking down some threes. He's a good player.
he's a
He's
real
he's
good player.
probably he's the second real development story out of the Bucks.
I couldn't believe that he was scoring. He did most of his scoring when he was out there with Amir Coffey, Gary Harris, Ajax, and Sims, I think. And I was just like, that is like, you're trying to see if he could lead a team all year with that kind of. That is a horrible offensive lineup. And Rollins was still like, he was the only one scoring. He'd like get to the cup, he knocked down some threes. Like, he's legit. And I don't know if he gained ground on KPJ necessarily as the starter, because I thought after a pretty slow start, KPJ did turn it on, ended up being
He
5 for
did.
7 from the field with 4 assists, 2 rebounds, a steal, and a probably goaltending, but still a crazy athletic block, which I think they want to see him assert himself defensively. But they're just
It
going to
was it
need
was a
that.
really let me. It was also like an FU block too, because
Yeah.
the reason Bam was coming down the floor is because he spiked. Was it Turner? I think.
Uh, no, he spiked KPJ.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he
Oh,
got
was that?
KPJ
Oh,
at the
so he's
rim. Yeah.
And then he just came all the way back down the floor and said, no, I can do this too, man.
Literally, he did.
Here's the thing. I don't know if Ryan Rollins gained on KPJ. What I will say is I understand why starting KPJ is starting to make sense.
Yeah, they need the creation.
They need any sort of creation. The offense looked real clunky to start
Yeah.
the game at the beginning. I could see no one really creating an advantage for themselves. And obviously, that entirely changes when Giannis
Yeah.
is playing because you don't have to create an advantage for yourself anymore. Giannis creates an advantage for himself and his teammate.
Yeah.
But you need someone else out there who can do anything in terms of ball creation. Like we saw a little bit from Trent. It wasn't like something that's going to be on a consistent basis. And I think that's fine. I think that's fine for Gary Trent's role. But I think KPJ and his ability to handle and really get to the cup, he likes that midi shot. He can navigate screens well. He can finish in wild ways.
Yeah.
I just need that field goal percentage to stay pretty good.
Yeah, I thought early he wasn't passing enough and he was taking bad shots. And then he, I think, settled down a bit and ended up getting the assists going. Like he had some nice creation for others and getting to the rim a bit more versus relying on the jumper, which didn't take a three, a lot of mid range, which is going to be up or down. But I mean, for the most part, as a Buck, he's made a lot of them, and that is important. I could see a world where when Giannis is healthy, even if they don't change the starters, maybe Rollins closes more games when Giannis has the ball more. But I agree with you. They're definitely going to need what KPJ does on ball. Rollins does it nice, but not. He can't scale up, I don't think, to what they need from their starting point guard with, especially with the rest. Like, if all else stays the same with that unit, aside from Giannis. And then Cole Anthony, to your point, I thought disruptive defensively, got himself from some free throws, did some nice stuff offensively, but got hurt, needed laceration, or had a laceration that needed stitches to like his chin. So we only saw him play for less than 7
He got
minutes.
the Pat curse. The Pat curse has been transferred.
Thought it would be Gary Harris, but it wasn't.
No, maybe it's hopefully not. I hope it hasn't gotten to him. Hopefully Cole Anthony is not requiring stitches after most games.
Yeah. Seriously. But you'd think he'll probably be back pretty soon, right?
He should be.
You would, unless it's like really, but usually stuff like that.
It was just stitches.
Yeah.
Pat never had to leave the game, Cole. I'm kidding.
Yeah, come on. Tough it up.
I think the guard play is going to be good. It's going to be up and down. This was the up for sure. I think there's going to be ups and downs, but we can see how good, the Bucks point guard room and guard room in general can be. It's Giannis, I hope you're watching. I mean, he was on the bench.
He was there. I thought I think it's encouraging. They all three played well. I mean, Cole probably played the worst out of them. He just didn't shoot the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He was also, there was a lot of Cole Anthony dribbling going on.
Yeah, I think they need to figure out that second unit offense a little better. But I like the Anthony and Rollins lineup. Like I think that's a good lineup to. Again, we talked about this, right? Of our like who's going to be the most important or what's the lineup going to be to maximize your best players. Playing Trent and Green and Rollins and Anthony together lets you play all of them a lot, and those are some of your best players on the team. Now we'll have to figure out the size and the small forward and stuff, but I was encouraged by the pattern. So you did the starters. The second unit in this game was essentially Anthony, Rollins, Prince, Portis, Sims, which is also something we wanted to see. The Bobby Sims combo because they're so complementary.
It is. And will that I will say, will that change when Giannis is there? Probably.
Certainly could. But I like that when he was out, they went right to this.
Yes, absolutely. It's something that it's not new from Doc Rivers. We saw this even the first time Bobby and Jericho were first available together in the postseason. We saw them immediately playing together off the bench. So it is something that is possible. It just really, the Kyle Kuzma of it all matters, but we'll get to him. But that bench unit, it's going to be a pretty good bench unit. Those are all guys, besides Jericho probably, who have a case, and Cole Anthony, to be actual starters in the league.
Yeah.
Like they could be a starter on a given team.
Yeah.
Maybe not all teams, but there are teams that they would definitely start for.
The Nets.
No, okay. Well, Cole Anthony would be scoring 40 a game for the Nets.
Yeah.
Jericho Sims would be an all-star for the Nets, man.
It's not that far. I think Bob.
Sorry, that's Nick Claxton's role.
Yeah, I think Bob. I don't know. Not a great start from Bob. Miami flu maybe in play. I said in our Discord, did Bob have a drink for every naysayer in the time in Miami? I don't know. Just didn't look crisp out there.
I think it's fine. He wasn't playing poorly. I would just say the shots weren't going down.
I thought some of the shot selection was pretty. A lot of spinning away from the rim when we want to see him get toward the rim.
Yeah, but I will say those only happened when there was absolutely nothing going on offensively,
Yeah.
and he felt like he needed to take those shots. I remember it was on the left baseline, right,
Yeah.
where he turned and sort of faded away when you'd like to see him turn towards the rim, even though he was isolated. I know exactly what you're talking about, and yeah, you're right. You want to see him get to the rim, but it's also like I just need a shot to go down at that point. There was a little bit of a heat run and a little bit of a drought from the Bucks, so it's like I'm not mad at it. I would say that it could be better, but I would also say that he wasn't getting back to his old ways, which is very encouraging.
I don't know. I didn't love it. I'd like to see him work in tandem with the guards a little bit better. I mean, that they like to post as part of their offense, but like one of them, maybe the one you're talking about, like he kind of had Rollins one pass away and looked him off, and the Rollins guy was helping, so like maybe he was kind of open, maybe not, and Bob just takes the fadeaway. I would just like let's do a pick and roll. Let's kick out to the shooter. I wasn't inspired by his play today. But it's Big Bob. I think we know what we're getting there.
I hope so. I like we said, we hope we're getting post-suspension Bob, not pre-suspension Bob.
It's a good.
Remember when Bob got suspended for PEDs?
Crazy.
What a wild season where it's like that is not like one of the top 3 crazy things that's happened for your team.
It's just like, oh yeah, whatever. Just that Big Bob 25-game suspension at All-Star break. Nuts.
Not a top 3 Buck story of 2025.
Not even close. All right. Are you ready for the nuclear grade take?
I'm not even going to try to guess it.
I'll present it as a question.
Okay.
Not entirely serious, but are we sure if the goal is to facilitate winning NBA basketball, are we sure that Kyle Kuzma is more helpful to that goal than Pete Nance? The floor is yours.
That is an absolute nuclear take.
Are we sure?
If the goal is to facilitate winning basketball.
Yes, because Kuzma can do more things than Nance. Obviously not.
He is a better basketball player than Pete Nance.
He can do more things. He attempts to do more things.
I will say, Kyle Kuzma is a better basketball player.
I don't know if I'm like, but what makes him that? Because he tries and fails more things.
Yes.
I don't think that makes you better.
That was a joke.
I know.
I will say, I do think he is a better basketball player. Whether he facilitates winning basketball more than Pete Nance, I would say in the aggregate, for the league average team, yes.
I just feel like
for the Bucks, I don't know if he does.
I feel like I'm just like the Emperor's new clothes. Can we just
spend a few minutes on that? He's bad. He's so bad. This is preseason game number 1, right? Mm-hmm. This is absolute preseason game number 1, where you are coming off an offseason after you've reportedly, been told off by Doc Rivers in training camp to say, hey man, you gotta reel it in. You can't be taking these stupid shots. And what does he come out here and do, Ty? He comes out here, he starts airballing middies, he starts falling down at the rim again and not making the shots. He starts doing nothing on defense, getting beat by offensive player after offensive player. And we went through, who is Myron Gardner? And why is he a better basketball player than Kyle Kuzma? What did we watch? No, genuinely. So this dude is making, how much money is he making this year? This dude is making 22.4 million United States dollars.
Which going down every day at least. So like
to do nothing. To do absolutely nothing. He is contributing nothing to Milwaukee Bucks basketball. If there is any reason why I would say Giannis is like, here's how the meeting went. Here's how the meeting went. He's like, "Hey, John Horst is talking, going all the way to Greece. Look at this. We got Myles Turner. Look at this. We have all these young players." And Giannis is like, "Is Kyle Kuzma still on the team?
I
Is
I
Kyle Kuzma still on
I
the
don't
team?"
know if you're exaggerating. Like I don't know if you're wrong. Like I
I
mean,
don't I don't know if I am exaggerating. Yeah, we've been talking about this all summer long when we're talking about rotations and how guys are going to fit in, and all I've said is nothing makes sense while Kyle Kuzma is on this basketball team.
yeah,
And here's what we see. First game of the preseason, even when Giannis isn't freaking playing, man,
the
it
best
looks like
possible
Kyle
situation
Kuzma
for
is.
him.
Yes, and it still doesn't work. It
No.
still doesn't work.
I yeah, I remember Bob talked about the meme of like you put your thumb over Giannis and you're like, what is this group? If you move the thumb to Kuzma, I'm like, whoa, now we're cooking. Now we got something, that we're really ready to roll with here. But unfortunately, the thumb was moved back to Giannis for this game, and it did not go well accordingly. So yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's quite bad, and I don't know what we're gonna do. So he was started out. I think he made the Bucks' first basket in this game, and then missed his next five in a row. Ends 1 for 6. Kuzma does misses his only attempted three. 8 rebounds is good. Led the team in rebounds. That's great. 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 foul. There's just points where you're just like, what does he do? And again, to your point, like Giannis wasn't playing. Okay, it's hard for him to play next to Giannis, whatever. There was no obstacle. The floor was entirely, it was him and all spacers. I mean, KPJ, whatever, but a point guard and all spacing. Great spacing. He can't finish. He can't finish. He can't shoot threes. He doesn't defend well. There's nothing left.
It's bad.
That's why, we keep having this. It's like, oh, but
it's so bad.
Like, he could do this. He could do that. He's not doing it. He's not doing it anymore.
What do you even do at this point? His trade value is at negative.
I wish they would PJ Tucker him. Just go home. Would the trade value be any less?
I was like, let him sign with the Miami Heat? Like,
that would be great too.
What?
That would be great too.
It's bad. It's really bad. I don't see a version of this team succeeding that involves Kyle Kuzma.
I don't know, man. He just feels like a player who should go to China and average 35.
Yeah. He could be doing what Victor Oladipo is doing.
Probably not winning still, but would be able to do what he wants, which is just chuck middies.
And just miss. It's not even like he's good at it.
No, that's the thing. I remember I watched his best game of last year. He had 30 whatever against the Wolves to stop the Wizards from setting a new losing streak. So this should be the best possible Kyle Kuzma game from his entire Wizards tenure, really. And I watched every basket, and I was like, this guy, he's just jacks every shot. This is terrible. This isn't helping anyone. They just happen to go in one time. And since he's been a Buck, since the game started mattering, they've gone in 0 times.
It's the falling down at the rim that lost me, man.
It's an instant bucket for the other team.
It's that, and it's if you're shooting middies and can, maybe work yourself into a rhythm, I can get that. But just every time you go to the rim, you're not scoring and you're falling down, letting the other team go. It's bad.
It's worse really for transition than missing long threes. People always think missing long threes gets transition. Missing at the rim is way worse because the player is almost always, for him, he always falls. I don't know how he always falls down, but usually your momentum carries you under the basket. So even a player who doesn't always fall down, it's almost always a 5-on-4, and it's a great advantage for the team that was on defense. For him, it's even worse because he just flies through the air and never gets the call, and it never goes in.
Yeah, because he's not strong.
I don't know what
he acts like he plays like he's 6'4". I stand by my take that Kyle Kuzma would be a better basketball player if he was shorter.
Why? Because he could be a bad shooting guard instead of a bad pigeonholed small forward.
It'd be so much better for the Bucks. It'd be so much better.
They wouldn't play him. I don't know how he's declined more than Chris Middleton without the age or the injuries.
Can we trade him back?
Get Tyler Smith.
Chris back?
Tyler Smith. You go join AJ. Have fun.
I mean, the Bucks can do it.
I mean, it would definitely help them.
Yeah. They're not hard capped.
No. They have too many players. I mean, the Wiz, I think, have too many players too, but send some more young guys.
Give him Ajax.
Got to cut him anyway. Here you go. Let's talk about leading scorer Pete Nance. We'll go through all the young guys pretty quick. Do you have more on
one quick? I just have this reminded me of something I didn't talk about before.
Yeah.
Is that the Bucks in transition are awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. The AJ Green hit ahead in like the first quarter was awesome.
Yeah, and just like I think there was a Rollins deflection leading to a Bobby steal, and then immediately Bobby pushes the pace in transition. For all the good, the negative stuff we said about Bob, his game in transition is actually really crazy.
Think about this. That's what Magic Johnson looked like size-wise. I thought about that during the game.
Crazy.
Imagine if that guy was actually like a legit like Hall of Fame point guard at that size. That's nuts.
That's crazy.
I think Bob.
Wow. That's a really good way to think about that.
I think Bob thinks that sometimes too, which can be problematic. But
just the way they play on defense, especially with that second unit of guards, is awesome. And I think they're going to have a real bench identity this year.
I agree. The pace is
which is better. I mean, it'd be good if you can have a starter identity. Yeah. But it's better than having no bench and no starter identity.
It is. When Giannis is back, I think the starters will make a lot more sense too.
Long Kyle Kuzma isn't on the team. It's horrendous,
it's
man. I'm disgusted.
It's hard to look over.
Like you and I, we haven't done a podcast since this, but that Nate, the video of Eric Name took about him just taking these mid-range shots in practice, and it's like if I'm Bucks PR, I'm taking Eric Name's phone and I'm throwing it away.
I bet they had a meeting about like, guys, how do we let this one get out there? It's like
usually they don't let players just practice in general during media availability.
It was only like their light shooting. That's all that he ever gets. That's all that they let him do. Like the Bucks don't let him. They don't let those guys even watch real practice. Like
it's just the last.
It's just like they're literally just like doing some. So if you haven't seen it, Eric Name of The Athletic posted his post shoot around video or whatever it is, and Kuzma I think misses 4 open mid range jumpers in a row. The worst part about the video though is he calls over the ball boy and blames a wet spot and makes him wipe the floor. And it's like, how do you miss 4 set jumpers in a row because the floor is wet?
It's bad. It looked like it was his first time ever shooting a basketball.
The excuse makes it worse for me, where I'm just like there's no self-awareness.
Take some accountability. He's just
like, the floor is messed up. That's why I miss all. Like, there's
you know what you
floors.
Do. Here's the thing. Usually when you're doing that, you're just shooting. You know what you do, Ty? You go and after you missed a few, you go and hit a layup. You just go and get to the rim. You see one going. Here's the thing. I don't think you can do that.
It's just like
I don't think he can do that.
That video legitimately, like, I'm trying to not be the overreaction guy this year.
Giannis saw that video and said, "Give me to the Knicks."
Dude, that video, it kind of killed my whole vibe on the team the rest of the day. I was like, oh my God, like, what are they going to do about this? Like, I legitimately, just turn him into RJ Barrett or whatever, and everything just connects. They got to figure it out, Horst.
You can't have him on the team.
I can't do this.
It's going to ruin everything.
I tried all summer to talk myself into it. One short video, one full game. I'm like, no, this is bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Let's talk about the young guys.
Pete Nance led the game in scoring. 15 points. He's a young guy. 5 for 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from deep. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
By the way, the LeBron thing was an ad. Who would have thought?
What was it for Prime Day?
I don't think so.
Tacos?
Hennessy.
Oh, well. Good for Henny.
It wasn't even at the right time. It said 12 p.m. Eastern. No one knows what time it is, Ty.
Yeah, no, ESPN doesn't know. Henny doesn't know.
Continue.
No,
Pete Nance.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, he had a really good game. My Pete Nance take really remains the same. Outside of my nuclear Kyle Kuzma, which is more about Kuz, really. Pete Nance is the perfect two-way big. Like, not playing both ways.
Two-way contract.
Like, he can come in and play triple or quadruple A ball at any point and just, like, help you stay afloat. perfect center to have. I mean, a little small, but like on that kind of contract, right? You're not going to have like a great player there. No disrespect to him. He can play. Like defensively, he's limited, but he tries. Offensively, he's a good passer and he's a good shooter, a nice player, a good find by them.
Yeah, going to be a great herd player this
Yeah.
year. Absolutely.
100%.
Where you need centers, like that he's going to be great.
And spacing. Like he's a good player. He's a legitimately not like an NBA probably like he's a backup big level player, I think. Physically a little limited, but gives you a lot on offense.
Yeah, just the mobility is tough.
Yeah.
But is he worse than Luke Cornett?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because
no,
defense as a center is just so important.
Yeah. No, I said that and I was like, yeah.
He's probably like, I don't know. I don't know if he's worse than, like, it's probably about as good as B-Ball Paul.
Yeah, B-Ball Paul. Yeah.
Or like Charles Bassey, that kind of tier.
Mm-hmm. Your guy, Charles Bassey.
I know.
Not anymore. The Bucks got Myles Turner.
And Sims.
And Sims.
But yeah, I don't have a ton on Nance. I mean, he just continues to look. He was really good that game 82 as well. Like he can play.
Yeah. We did see every single Buck that was able to play. They did play. Doc was he said I'm going to try to get all 20 in, and he did get all 20 in.
He did.
Probably the guy who stood out the most was Chris Livingston.
Let's talk about it. CL.
I was like, is he actually gonna make this team?
Is he gonna make the starting lineup at the 3? I mean,
there's worse things that could happen.
He had a better day than any of their other quote unquote 3s. I mean, maybe AJ was, I don't know. CL has become, I think, a good offensive player. He's 4 for 4 from the field at a mix of 2 really, really nice looking mid range jumpers.
They looked so pure.
Like he just rose up. I mean, clearly
better than Kyle Kuzma.
Way better. Did some skill work with Chris Middleton. I was like, is this CL or is this KL? Is this the claw? Is he gonna make an unreasonable demand? I mean, he's already kind of been shadily re-signed. But got to the rim twice. He's very strong.
I think that's probably the most that is the unreasonable demand that already happened.
I know. Like what went into this? 1 foul, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Just looked like very solid. And I know like people will say the same as Summer League, right? Like the competition level, like this doesn't mean anything. But we haven't really seen him fail at a higher competition level. And now, like, let's give him some reps. Like, give him some reps with the real players at the 3. Because if this is really an open competition, that guy earned another shot.
Yep. If it was based on open competition, Kyle Kuzma's on a fringe roster spot.
He can play with Amir Coffey in the second half.
He really can. Amir Coffey, I think you pointed this out on Twitter. It's like, well, to be fair, if we're the point was, I should give context, is he really guaranteed a roster spot if he's only playing in the second half? However, he did play ahead of CL.
Didn't play as well, but yeah, did play ahead of. But I just mean like, we didn't see him at all with the real players, which I don't think is an amazing sign for him. He was 1 of 5. I mean, he's pretty much just a shooter. He missed most of his 3s. Like, it is what it is. He did block a shot. He had a couple okay defensive moments. I did see some like, Amir Coffey should start at the 3. It's like 6'4". I don't know if that
I'd rather it be TP.
Well, like I don't think Amir Coffey gives you anything really more than AJ does.
No,
so I don't think it's just kind of like
probably a better defender, but much less value on the offensive end.
I don't. He's not as big as people think. I feel
I don't think he's going to get picked on as much because he has the reputation of being a better defender.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's still not crazy of an advantage.
It's like, reshuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Andrew
Wiggins, get on the Bucks team playing, please.
Sweet. What was your
leave Kuzma there?
What was your Gary Harris take? I forgot he has a player option for next year.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? John Horst signed him to a contract.
Oh my god.
Rumor has it I have a player option with the Bucks next year.
Wait, he had 4 turnovers?
Yeah.
And 4 missed shots?
Yeah. Some of them, the turnovers, I would say were not entirely on him. Like one of them, Kuzma didn't come and get the ball when he should have.
Yeah.
One of them was just like him falling out of bounds or something.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 of them weren't entirely on him. It wasn't great, I will say, but I wouldn't say he was responsible for 4 turnovers, but not a good performance, I would say. I think he is firmly in not play, not part of the rotation type mode, and Doc knows that, and I think he knows that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was out there again. Like I've said, like he's the adult in the room, so to speak, with these young guys on the back of the bench, but he wasn't even
He
really
didn't act
that
like
in this
it.
game. Yeah, like concerning. He just got clearly outplayed by.
Ajax feels like more of an adult than he did.
I will say Ajax, like I don't think moved people. I thought he was pretty in control, and I liked his game overall. It didn't again.
Aside when he wouldn't get back in transition on defense.
Yeah, that wasn't great. I don't think he gained any ground, but I thought he looked pretty solid out there.
It's a real competition for those roster spots.
I think so. CL was the biggest mover in terms of the back end guys today. Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
Tyler Smith had the best pass he's ever made in a professional basketball game. That like kind of caught under the rim, spin around. I think that was Coffey's only 3. I think that he dished out there, and then everything else was pretty bad.
Yeah, have fun in Washington.
Yeah, it's sad because the physical profile, what the shot should be. I'm still like, oh, that should be, but the shot hasn't been.
I don't think they're gonna give up on him yet, but I can see why.
I think they might. I mean, I think it's in play. It's a big. If what they say is true, it's a big next 3 or 4 whatever games for Tyler Smith.
Yeah, I think so. It was good to see Mark Sears out there for the first time. Missed summer league because he was hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he only got in there for 2.5 minutes, but got to the line.
Yeah, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 points on the free throws. He looks like he can be in command. He had some nice hit-ahead passes. I don't think we'll really ever see him in the regular season.
It's going to be good with the herd.
Yeah, but yeah, good herd organizer. Kind of too much overlap maybe with him and Bouye. I don't know. Maybe Bouye is more of a scorer. Sears sets up.
I think Bouye is more of a scorer.
Yeah.
He's more of a combo guard, whereas Sears is more of a traditional one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Bouye continues to have some nice moves offensively, I think. Again, like...
But also can seem entirely out of control at some points.
Yeah, I think Nance is the only one of these guys I would ever expect to really see play minutes for the Bucks, which could... I mean, maybe there'll be moves made to... I don't know. You kind of want the guys to be like... have a shot at playing for them someday, and I don't really see... With the current guards they have on the NBA club, I'd be pretty surprised if Sears or Bouye got in.
I'd be surprised if Nance does with the front court rotation the Bucks have.
Yeah, for me, that's more like Giannis is missing a game and like one of the other 2 guys is out or something too.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
No, I don't think he would play. Like when they're healthy, no, he won't play at all.
Yeah. 2 players left here. Cormac Ryan. For some reason, do you see the video that the Bucks posted?
Yeah,
where it's just some random guy harassing.
Yeah, I was like,
Cormac
am I not recognizing this guy? And Cormac makes the free throws. Yeah, he's a herd guy. If anyone doesn't know, Cormac Ryan played summer league with them. Was the hero of their first summer league game, and then the 0 for the rest of summer league. Had a pretty nice game though. Made one of his 2 threes, knocked down 4 free throws, and had 2 steals. So shout out to Cormac Ryan. Good bounce back. And yeah, survived heckling.
Crazy. Imagine being Cormac Ryan. You're like, wait, why am I being heckled? Really?
You had to be that meme. Me?
Are you talking to me?
Me? Who?
And then the return of the king. Return of the king.
We saved the best for last.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo is back.
He had... What do you have? 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 foul. My favorite part of the game was Nance fouled a guy going up in the 4th quarter. And it was he and TA in the vicinity. And Nance, it was obviously going to be on him. He lowered his hand, everything. But Nance raised his hand to call the foul after. And in the moment, I was like, he knows TA could foul out in these next 5 minutes. That's a team player. That's a team player right there. Make sure the king gets his reps.
Oh man, it's good to see him. It's good. It's really good to see him.
I thought he had a pretty solid overall game. I can't believe he didn't take a shot, but maybe this is the new vet.
I think he can't believe it either.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to.
Cormac pass.
There was a point in the game where I think there was a rebound and it was him and maybe it was Mark Sears or someone or Bouye just in the backcourt. I can't remember exactly. They were on the small screen. Yeah. And TA was sort of hanging around like he was gonna get the ball to bring it up to the court. And then he realized in his head, it's like, no, I gotta go.
He's like, wait, am I the 5? What am I right now?
He kind of was playing as a 5.
Yeah. They got Ajax playing the 5.
Yeah. It was just it was really funny.
Yeah.
But I think you could see the wheel spinning like no, it's vet TA mode. It's
Yeah,
vet
yeah.
TA. Like he didn't even look at the guy. He just stood there for a second, like kind of like almost like motion for it, and then he just started running.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could
Oh,
tell, like,
yeah.
oh no, no, this is not the time.
That's right. That's right.
That's growth. I like that.
I like that too. I'm trying. Did we actually get? I mean, we didn't too much
We
on
did get
TP, but
everyone.
we pretty much covered it. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole. Seems
T
like,
and I mean TP is really interesting. I could see him
yeah,
starting at the 3.
yeah. I
I
mean,
could.
really strong start to the game. Active defensively, knocked down his only shot, which was
He
a
wasn't
three.
bad.
2 free
He
throws.
just
He just
made some
the stupid
mistakes.
like just take the ball out of his hands. Like you can't let him do anything.
You can let him shoot the ball.
He can defend threes and kind of fours, and he can take corner threes, and that's it. And they give him the like that's the here's the problem for
Maybe
him at the
set a
three.
ball screen here and there.
Yeah, like this new hit ahead offense. I'm worried that like he's just like he's a threat to that because he's just like he puts the ball in the court. I'm just like this is not good. It's almost never good.
Yeah. I could it's wild. Like I could see a scenario where he does legitimately be is a starter on this team. Like
Oh
imagine a
yeah,
rotation of uh KPJ, Trent, Prince, Giannis, Turner, and then you go into Rollins, Anthony, Green, Kuz, Bob, unfortunately.
if it's just
Or
Bob
Bob
Sims, if it's
Sims.
just Bob Sims, I'm
Bob
like
Sims.
yeah, let's do it.
When do we think that Kyle Kuzma he's gonna start getting a fake injury?
I'm really intrigued if we see Giannis at all. I just can't wait to see what the rotation is like.
Yeah. I think he's gonna punch Kyle Kuzma in the face.
I don't think that'll happen.
I hope it
Um,
does.
I am worried he'll just like do a cell phone motion to like his agent sitting courtside after the third rim miss of like
No, he's
make
gonna
the call.
the first home game against the Wizards, Kyle Kuzma just misses and then just the Wizards score in transition. Chris hits a game-winning 3. Giannis points to Kyle Kuzma and then he points to John Horst and it says, "Yep."
I just yeah, the revenge game, big game for him opening night. If he plays, then we'll see. I mean,
I
here's the
could
so
you joke
I don't.
about him being PJ Tuckered.
Oh,
I'm the more like it happened over the course of the last hour. I'm like I'm in.
I'm definitely in. I don't think that'll. I don't think they'll do the full PJ. I listen. They barely played him in the most important game of the year. He'd started this game, which isn't great evidence, but was terrible. I mean, if Giannis comes back and he just continues to not fit, like I don't think Doc is totally married to him playing a ton the whole year. I think
Yeah,
they're
and he shouldn't
incentivized.
be.
They're incentivized to try and make it work for multiple reasons. Obviously, just nice to have a well-fitting player, but also the trade thing. But if it's just not working, like the amount of pressure the Bucks are under, I like Kuzma is no real ties to the organization. He makes a lot of money, but like whatever, it's trade chips now. I don't think his spot is guaranteed at all. Like not just in
Also,
the starters, but in the rotation.
him playing is probably bad for his trade value.
Exactly. Literally, yes. Like I don't think it can go much lower than what we've seen the last whatever 10 games from him as a Buck.
Pat Riley saw this game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
I think the with the Warriors playing too, maybe he was watching that game, hopefully. Or maybe no, that was the day before. Yeah, no, he probably saw it.
Like, what if he, unfortunately, like, maybe Pat Riley saw it, and it's like the Andrew Wiggins trade has been my favorite one,
Yeah.
especially after seeing Wiggins.
Yeah, just like oh, he's a real NBA 3. Not a great one,
Yeah,
but a real one. That would be
I think
awesome.
he's above average
Yeah,
NBA 3.
he's a
I
good
think
one.
he's who are the good NBA threes nowadays?
Jalen Brown.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
really
he's
good
good.
league. I mean
OG
the yeah,
or
OG, Bridget,
Bridges,
either
sorry.
one. Either one. I mean, I'd play OG at 3. LeBron,
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, kinda. Probably a 4 now.
no, 4. But then it's like it kind of there's not many. Is Andrew Wiggins a top 10 3 in the league?
It's so hard to count a single position like that. 'Cause you're like, oh, is this guy a 3 or is he a 4? Wiggins might be.
Let's see. I'm just looking at a list of threes. What is this? Why did it take me? It took me to a page that doesn't exist. Thank you, ESPN. No, this is bad. The internet's terrible. Okay, I'm not doing this exercise right now.
Yeah. He probably is. Like he's better than Neesmith, right? Even though Neesmith had the insane playoff run.
Yeah.
If you're not sure if he's better than Neesmith, then he's not top 10.
No, I would say yes.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, in like just normal demonic playoff run mode.
Right.
I would say yes. So the Bucks' next preseason game is on Thursday. They will be playing against the Spurs.
I believe so.
So hopefully we'll get a chance to see Giannis in that game. They play the Pistons. Sorry, I don't know where I got the Spurs from.
The Heat must play them next. I said it on the broadcast. I feel like I heard the same thing.
That must be it. We got psy-up by the Heat broadcast. But the Bucks' first home game of the season is against the Pistons. Cade Cunningham had 20 points in the first half, or 22 in the first half last night in the Pistons preseason opener.
There's a challenge for your 3 guarding. I mean, Cade's kind of a 1, but it's 3 sized.
Yeah. You don't want... KPJ's big.
It's going to be interesting to see how they guard. It'll be a good matchup if he plays in that game. Hopefully he does.
Plus, it's fun to see the Pistons. I love Cade.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, stocks finally paid off, man.
Yeah, it did.
It's going to continue to pay off. But the Bucks, yeah, like I said, next game is on Thursday against the Pistons, and we'll see what the home crowd is like. We'll see whether Giannis plays.
Tough.
It's going to be weird, man.
Well, it's also Brewers game 4, if it happens, would be an hour after. So it would be great if the Brewers took care of business tomorrow on Wednesday in Wrigley. I mean, it's not in Milwaukee, but still, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fans who would maybe go to the preseason game who want to not miss any of the Brewers game if there is one. So that'll be something to watch for here as well.
100%. Take care of business, Brewers.
If the Brewers don't win Wednesday and you like the Bucks a lot more, you could probably wait until Thursday morning and get yourself into 5. I mean, it's preseason anyway, but I think you'll be able to get in for very affordable rates. We'll say. I
think so too.
Yeah.
But we shall see. Good
I don't think Giannis plays in that game. You don't think that either? No.
I think he might.
No, I mean, they said he would need 3 days to even ramp up. I think maybe the last.
I mean, it's already been 3 days.
Yeah, but that's just to get back. I don't. Maybe we'll see. I'd be a little surprised.
I could see him play. See, because the next game isn't until Sunday the 12th, or maybe that's when you do it.
Yeah.
Give him a bunch of days, or I could see him maybe playing 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I don't think he plays more than 2 games at absolute most here.
Yeah. Even though there's only 4 preseason games for the Bucks this year, which feels low.
Yeah, I think they took it down by 1 this year.
Yeah. And then, so like I said, their next game after Thursday is against the Bulls on the 12th in Chicago. A lot of Milwaukee, Chicago going on. And then October 14th, they ended against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder at home. And then they have over a week until the season starts on the 22nd. So 15 days away, Ty, from Bucks Wizards.
Yeah.
Crazy times. Oh God, the Bucks play the Knicks on the 28th. That's gonna be fun.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a hard start. I mean, Wiz Raps, but then Cavs Knicks, so gonna be a pretty crazy first
it's
few
mostly the Knicks thing that I'm worried about.
No, I'm upset, Ty. From that
I'm
sense,
upset, Ty. It's a sad day for Bucks fans.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a sad day.
Overshadowing my NBA Cup preview I wanted to do. So we'll have to wait on that.
We will, but we'll have you covered for all things Milwaukee Bucks, as we usually do here on the Gyro Step. So we'll say thanks for listening to this episode on Blue Wire and GSPN, presented by our amazing, wonderful friends over at Prize Picks. I'm really excited for the stack.
Yeah.
Really excited for the stack. Make
Stat
sure you
City.
subscribe wherever. Uh, make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to or watching this episode, whether that's your podcast platform of choice or on YouTube. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review, engage in the comments, all that good stuff. Pod random. We'll talk to you next time.